Hello everyone, Tommy J here and welcome to Heroic One Night in Karazhan. So in this video, I'm taking on Heroic Free Medivh. So I pride myself on making the decks for these fights as cheap as I possibly can. I just want to start by saying I have been trying different decks on this boss for somewhere between 12 and 16 hours. It's definitely on the upper limit of that. And it's a real pain. I've tried a few free decks, I've tried a cheaper deck that I think it will be possible with, so I'm actually going to talk about that deck at the end of the video. There'll be a little annotation if you're wanting to skip to that chat now, and there'll also be a little bit in the description if you want to read about that. And I actually got within one turn of winning 4 times on that deck, and then it either fell down due to my own bad luck or Malchezaar's good luck. But yeah, anyway, let's get into what this video is actually about, which is this deck here. This deck is only 1800 dust if you don't have Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad, I feel, is more or less a requirement on this fight so that you don't have that 1 in a million or, yeah, very, very low chance of actually winning. The point of this is to have Kel'Thuzad plus Ancestral Spirit as your changing bosses. And when he dies, it will resurrect him, which will actually resurrect a second copy of him as well. And then you're free to just play what you want, because with 2 Kel'Thuzads on the board, he can't actually clear them, both in one turn, provided you have a few taunts up as well. This deck, aside from the single Kel'Thuzad and the double Ancestral Spirit, is actually completely free to play, and you can alter it as necessary, but I believe that this is definitely all you need to get this fight done. But yeah, once again, adding a few extra stronger cards will obviously increase your chances a little bit. Anyway, let's get into the fight and see how we go. Ideally, you're going to want a Mulligan for, I guess, a Maelstrom Portal, as well as any early plays. If you get an Ancestral Spirit or Kel'Thuzad, I would hold on to it because it's just a better chance at winning if you're starting with one of them in your hand. Obviously, you only want a single Ancestral Spirit plus Kel'Thuzad, but having both does mean that if she happens to kill him, then you go back to having it when you change bosses, which is really what you need. Having a Kel'Thuzad up before then and just die to Twisting Nether isn't going to help you at all. Alright, so if I play this Murloc Tidehunter, she'll actually attack it with this. She'll attack the 1/1 with her 2/2, which I'm actually okay with, because if we draw a Maelstrom Portal, that makes it very vulnerable to that, so she will cross them now. I've done this fight enough to know that that is exactly what she will do every damn time. So, gonna drop my Razorfen Hunter now. My bet is she will play a weapon, attack one, and this Orc Warrior will attack the other. Nope, no upgrade. Okay. Maelstrom Portal? No Maelstrom Portal. But let's throw down a Murloc Tidehunter, and I'm also going to attack the Grunt, just to reduce the damage I'm taking. Fiery War Axe coming out. So I have a Tink Master, and my minions are pretty average, so... Ooh. Give me a Maelstrom. Reno Jackson. Not entirely helpful. In fact, I haven't gotten a whole lot of good stuff. Tink Master. A little squirrel. If she'd gotten a 5/5, then it would have been game over, but yeah. So Tink Master, as well as Reno, aren't actually part of this deck. They are because I have Malchezaar and he adds 5 random legendaries to the deck. It does add a degree of variation, I guess, to how this might roll for you, but really I feel like it's an advantage more than anything. There aren't a lot of legendaries that aren't worth playing, and on a budget it's definitely very helpful. So let's drop the Arcana Smith as well as a Totem and take that out. Okay, Healing Stream, not bad. This shield, the animated shield, is something that she very much values as a kill target, so she will go hard at it, dropping pretty much anything she can. Yep, slam. Should have slammed it first, she would have drawn a card. I guess she's almost card capped. Anyway, next turn we might have to play Lord of the Arena, but it's not looking too good anyway, to be honest. We're kind of lacking board control. You do want those Maelstroms early. There's the Kel'Thuzad, and we have the Ancestral Spirit. Execute. Damn you, Squirrel. Being my ultimate downfall. And without a taunt this turn, well, actually I'd say we're just dead. Being on 2 health means a bash will kill you. Alright. So while we ended up drawing 2 of the cards we needed, the other ones were a bit average and we just couldn't maintain that board control. So it is entirely possible you will lose against Nazra. Anyway, let's try this again and see what we can do.
Thrall versus Nazra!
Alright, so Murloc Tidehunter, Rockbiter weapon is an amazing card to start with. Let's ditch the Fire Ellie. Bloodlust, really not better. Bloodlust is honestly one of those cards you can remove in this deck. There are a few of them. And it might be worth getting another cheap taunt in its place.
Sure I can find the right controls.
Because if you can get your Kel'Thuzad and a taunt and Ancestral Spirit on 1 turn, beautiful. That is just the dream. Rockbiter weapon. What I'll do is play the Murloc Tidehunter. I could have also Totemic called, but yeah, Heroic Strike coming in. So I would say that's going to face and not a Murloc. Yep. Double Arcana Smith. At least I have those shields to put up, but they're really those things I would want when I have ball control and looking to prevent a little bit of damage. I think what I'm gonna do is kill that off. Maelstrom Portal. Hero Power. And I will kill it myself. Take the 3 face damage to keep an extra minion on the board. She has no AoE clear, which means these 1 health minions aren't in danger. Unless she plays Death Spite. But you do have warning for that, so you can choose to remove them as you wish. Fair enough. So I don't really want to drop the Ooze on that. What I'll do is Arcana Smith and just hit her. Arcana Smith is quite good for both phases actually, because you'll get that animated shield that really has a reasonable amount of health. And having that rezzed each turn will just be very nice for you. Interesting choice. Mogor the Ogre, while that could be hilarious, not quite what we're going for right now. Lots of stuff on the board. The Taskmaster is a little bit of a threat, so I'm actually going to take it out. And then just hit that. Do I want the other Arcana Smith? I might actually. It's setting up a strong board. And that will put both of these out of execute range, which I think is what she was trying to do, is put one of them in execute range. Just didn't really consider the healing totem. Because she is now rethinking. Bash. On the Wrath of Air. Interesting. What's that going on? Healing stream? Yep, healing stream. She just doesn't like totems. Justicar. I don't actually know what happens to a Shaman when you have Justicar. Summon a totem of your choice. Wow. Taking the RNG out of it. Nice. So obviously Justicar from Malchezaar. Not something I have in my hand. Or deck, I should say. So executing. And now is when I really want to get Kel'Thuzad in. Barnes. Barnes once again. It's Malchezaar. Let's see if we get Kel'Thuzad. Swamp Ooze. Ah well. Let's drop a Taunt Totem. Could have also put a Healing Totem down, but yeah.
What you want?
Frostwolf Grunt.
For black.
So this is what I mean when I say you'll get random legendaries that have some real variance and can be quite good for the deck. So, Death's Bite coming out. Which means I can... There is Kel'Thuzad. Do that. Break the Death's Bite, and then I'll just finish that off. I will also give myself the Taunt Totem. And end turn there. Do not push her without Kel'Thuzad. If you can get to 10 mana, like I'm at now, then wait for that Ancestral Spirit and play them in one turn and finish her off, because that means there's no chance she will be able to remove Kel'Thuzad. Ancestral Spirit, Kel'Thuzad, let's do it.
Soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call. On with the show. Summon Karazhan, just in time for the party.
Ah, guest, please take care of the demon, would you? I have a party to host.
So, all of these are going to come back to life, but what I really need is a taunt. I will be able to use these plus Bloodlust to keep the board clear on my first turn.
Out of my way, fool.
Because it's going to go full board.
Soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call.
So as you can see, that second Kel'Thuzad, very, very good. And he actually just summoned a Flame Imp instead of using Legion. That is literally the first time I've ever seen him do that. Weird. Okay, let's kill that. I'm gonna drop a Taunt. And just attack. And I will drop a Taunt Totem as well. This is actually really cool.
I hear the music, the Medivhs, the party. Tonight is my night.
If he manages to kill Kel'Thuzad right now, actually, that will be a big problem.
Not Malchezaar, but the legions I command. Surely you did not think you could win.
So how much damage do I have? 3, 3, 6 is... Let's just wait for the resummon. 3, 3, 12, 13, 16, 22, plus 21. 22 plus 21 is 43. I should know this. Plus that is 46. So he won't die. So what I'll do is just kill the Infernals. I'll summon another Taunt, because, cool, you can actually have the same ones up, and then hit his face a bunch of times. I am only on 6 health, so there is always the chance I will die. Shadow Pain. Demonic Presence. Very strong card, that. So, how much do I have now? Not quite enough.
You're in trouble now.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
Harrison Jones, well, I have... So you do need to continue to be careful. I only have 3 taunts on the board, and without spells, he actually has enough to kill all of them. So what I might add this up, 3, 6, 12, 15, 16, 19, which won't kill him. 22 including that, 23 including me. So what I'll do is kill that.
Pray for mercy.
Kill Kel'Thuzad?
Pray.
Yeah, kill Kel'Thuzad. And attack face. So that will give me a full health Kel'Thuzad once more.
Soldiers of the cold dark.
Felguard. And not attacking at all, apparently. So let's hit that. Hit. 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 5 health. And I'm gonna Maelstrom Portal just to kill that. I know I can attack and put him down to 1, but I can't kill him, so I'm just gonna leave it. Siphon Soul on Kel'Thuzad. Fortunately, can't get through the taunt wall. I mean, I do have taunts in my hand, so I would be able to replace them anyway. And just taking the final hit right now. Level 60 Shaman. Yeah, it is.
You did it! I can't believe the party started on time. Could you come back next week? It's Medivh's birthday and I need backup.
Awesome. Alright, so that deck right there, it's fairly straightforward. The hardest bit is definitely surviving for Nazra. And if you can survive till turn 10, you can actually play Kel'Thuzad and Ancestral Spirit on the same turn, which is ideally what you want to do. But if you're feeling confident, you can play Kel'Thuzad earlier, use it to maintain ball control, and then put the Ancestral Spirit on it a bit later. Just you run the risk of it dying to execute or similar abilities. Anyway, I said that I was going to show you an alternate deck, so I will do that now. And what that is this 280 dust deck right here. It's made up of 26 free-to-play cards, as well as 2 Deathlords and 2 Inner Fires. So this deck has probably about a 40% win rate against Nazra, and then requires some RNG immediately into Malchezaar to actually get this fight down. So what I was doing was delaying Nazra until I had the correct cards, and then pushing it. So the general strategy is that you'll want to have a Mind Control, which really does help out just for reducing the RNG required, a Deathlord, an Inner Fire, 2 Divine Spirits, and then Power Word Shield. Yeah, it's not a hard requirement, but it certainly does help. So what you want to do is, as soon as you transition, it doesn't matter what's on your board, it's going to die anyway, you Mind Control one of his summons. What that does, because Medivh's staff, is give you a 10 cost minion on your side of the board, most of which are very, very threatening. So what the boss will do is often use his Siphon Soul on it, which means he has no Siphon Soul for your Deathlord, which is just great. So there are 2 things that can kill the Deathlord, Siphon Soul and Corruption. Both of which are quite threatening, obviously. And yeah, there were a few attempts where my Deathlord got corruptioned when Malchezaar was on 18 or so health, just because I'd only gotten the 1 hit in, and he top decked it, to be blunt, which is obviously a little bit annoying, but what can you do? So it is very possible to win with this deck, it just requires a little bit of luck. Just make sure in the first phase, against Nazra, you're abusing the Priest of the Feast and Onyx Bishop. The Onyx Bishop is very, very strong for that phase, because it comes in the turn after Priest of the Feast. And if you're not able to get any early minions out, it'll mean he's guaranteed resurrect. So it does mean you can catch up a little bit. Anyway guys, there will be a little bit of a write-up in the description about how to do this a bit more efficiently, and obviously any cards you can add on top of these that might increase your chances will be very advantageous. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. This has been Tommy J against Heroic Free Medivh with an 1800 dust deck. Once again, I do apologize that the deck is so expensive. I know it's out of the ordinary, but this boss is probably the hardest one we're yet to see. A bit unfairly so in my opinion. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to favorite, like, and or subscribe. Once again, this has been Tommy J with Heroic Free Medivh. Have a good one.